Hey everyone, AMR back again with another Doo Doo Brown series. So in this one, we are actually going to be taking on the Baltimore Ravens, I believe is the next episode. They're going to be a tough team for us. We were able to extend our season success up to a girthy 11-0. But let's go ahead and jump into next week's gameplay. So here we are at a nice 11-0. We have an 89 overall on defense, 84 overall as a team, facing off against an 87 overall on offense and an 84 overall. They're only 6-4 though, but as you can see in the middle of the bottom of the screen, you can see that the Ravens are just behind us in the division. Ultimately, I think that we have the division all wrapped up. It would take a pretty monumental collapse for us to actually lose this one. But these are divisional games. I would love to try and win every single game that we can play. But before we do that, let's go ahead and check out our scouting of the players. So we have now 85% knowledge on Keon Godfrey. I think that this is going to be huge. So we know that this dude is unreal as a quarterback. So this is going to be a big factor into whether or not that we trade up. I'm really happy the fact that we made him a highlight key factor type player. Ethan Brown is a right guard. Let's go ahead and take a look at what his skill sets are. He's fantastic at lead blocking, impact blocking, but he's really, really bad at finesse moves. So I don't know if he's worth trading up for. And then similarly over here, I think that we had one more. Maybe it was a left edge. No, I think it was the left edge, but we just don't have all that information yet. I don't think we have anything new. We can go ahead and take a look really quick just to make sure though. Another really good athlete. He's got B block shedding, B impact block, C power moves. He could be really, really good, but I think that key factor type player is really going to be with the middle linebacker here of St. Clair. This guy has looked impressive on the physical side of the ball. So here he has B awareness, C block shedding, C finesse moves. That is a little surprising to me. I kind of thought that he might be a better athlete overall. Everything is great to elite for him. He's definitely going to go in the first round here. Yeah, he's definitely going to go in the first round. So if we want to go ahead and try and figure out a way to, get both Keon Godfrey and that middle linebacker, it's going to take quite a bit of maneuvering on my part. But let's go ahead and let's just check out the number 1 overall pick here. Yeah, this guy sucks. Okay, so here we are. I think that it's time to jump into the weekly strategy portion of today's video. So we're going to go ahead and skip all this shit. So for those of you that don't know and like to just skip around in my videos, I cover at the end of the previous video, so the one that just got posted last time. I cover what the matchup is going to look like on paper. It shows the highlight of key players. It does a lot of that stuff. So if there's any incentive for you to keep watching until the end, there it is. I like to have that be a nice little Easter egg for the end of videos. And I don't like to beat a dead horse and revisit that stuff week in and week out. But this is our final game of the first half of the season. Next week we are on bye before we take on the Baltimore Ravens in another game. But enough talking, let's get to playing. All right, here we are. We are the visiting team here in this divisional matchup showdown against the Baltimore Ravens. This is Justin Tucker's revenge game. Totally kidding, by the way, but not really. He has been absolutely crazy good for the Baltimore Ravens for the last, I want to say 6 or 7 years at least. He's going to go down as one of the best kickers of all time, in my opinion. But that's enough about kickers. This is a football video, so let's try and keep things football related. LOL at all the people that are going to be upset that I said that. Let's go ahead and start off the game here with a nice little counter. It seems like we're going to get Raheem Mostert back in 2 weeks, and I cannot wait. He is that explosive back that I think the team is really, really missing out on right now. AJ Dillon is a force to be reckoned with for sure. He's very, very good, super talented, but he's just not that explosive. He's one of those guys that is going to try and wear down a defense by just running over their face over and over and over and over and over and over and over. Big Ben fumbles the football. That's the second game in a row now where Big Ben, or I'm sorry, maybe not the second game in a row, but he's done that shit a lot lately, and I'm not really sure what's going on with that. Like, he needs to take care of the football. What I was trying to do there was just throw the ball out of bounds. The play was definitely over already. Trevor Lawrence is their quarterback here with a nice little handoff to Ronald Jones 2, or the second. LOL. He actually just signed a contract. I want to say he signed a contract with. It like just happened this past week. At least at the time of recording this. I think it's Carolina. Maybe? I don't actually remember, but I do believe it was Carolina. Anyway, let's go ahead and jump into a nice little block shed there. Ronald Jones has always been like one of those players that I think if he was the feature back, he could actually do quite well. However, he only has like maybe 2 or 3 games where they actually allow him to like run with the football. And he's also kind of a fumble machine. Bruce Arians is not the type of head coach that you want if you fumble the football. He is very unforgiving in that regard. He's taken out key players in very key points of a football game because they don't protect the football, and he just has a very, very low tolerance for it. I think that that's a really good thing to have in a head coach, however, you know? Like, he's trying to instill that discipline in his players of like, hey, those who potentially put us in situations that could make us lose games, we're just going to take you out. Like, it shouldn't be that hard to take care of a football when your whole job is dependent on it. Like, you guys are getting paid millions of dollars. You guys should hold on to the football. I understand that, you know, life happens. You know, you get injured during a play. That, like, plays a lot of factors into it. But, I mean, Ronald Jones has never had that type of a problem, being injured and then fumbling. It's mostly just been around legit fumbles where he's just getting the ball punched out and whatever. Nice tackle there. I think that was Strobridge, if I'm not mistaken. Number 56, but Khalil Mack here sitting in the middle of the field. They've been trying to run the football down our throat. I don't really appreciate that too much. Khalil Mack is sitting right in the middle of the field as there was pressure in the backfield in a hurry. Kevin Stefanski's looking on. He's giving the fist pump. He loves what he sees. Let's go ahead and try and get Ed Oliver activated here on the inside nose. They do have Zach Martin as a right guard. Oh man, that was very, very close to being a roughing the passer right there. We definitely have to be a little more careful about whether or not we follow through on those plays. The CPU has a very low tolerance for allowing players to hit the quarterback after the whistle. I would say far lower than the actual refs do in real life. There's a lot more discretion that happens in real time. Baltimore jumps out to an early 3-0 lead. Thanks, Big Ben, for putting us in this spot. Now get us out of it. So Kadarius Toney pushes forward, falls forward for an additional 5 yards out to the 34-yard line. Let's go ahead and see if we can turn this nice return into some points on the board. Starting off here, I think it'd be a good idea just to stick to that ground and pound. I don't like how they have 5 guys in the line, though. I don't think this is going to be a favorable run defense, and it's not. Aaron Jones actually, or sorry, not Aaron Jones, A.J. Dillon ends up losing some yards on that play. Cut back. Oh, man, dude. Like I'm saying, man, he just has no explosivity. You know, like, you look for these guys who have a certain je ne sais quoi. I don't know how to say it. You know, like they have a certain can I just check out of that? They have like a certain ability to like take the game over, and he just doesn't have that for whatever reason. I don't know why. I mean, I think that he's a very talented running back. He has a very bright future here in the NFL. But for this team right now, he's I don't know. It's tough. Let's go ahead and switch over here into a slant option. Get some guys activated here. I think OBJ could be open as long as we don't have guys in our face literally instantly. Looks like we don't. OBJ's open across the middle. He gets there. There's a nice little dead leg move there. Ends up picking up the first down. Big Ben is on a hot streak right now. He's rolling. Go ahead and run the football to the weak side of the field. A.J. Dillon's pushing forward there up the field now for a nice little 3 to 5 yard gain. Actually a 6-yard gain, my bad. Go ahead and see if we can get Hayden Hurst open over here. Doesn't look like it, but OBJ has to go up aggressively, and he almost throws a pick. Talking about Big Ben, of course. All right, so formation here. I'm going to go ahead and run out of the gun. I like the mesh route. Let's go ahead and see if we have any audibles that would be better. I do like the slants. Thinking about putting Kadarius Toney on a fade. I don't know. It seems like a little bit too much. Devontae Parker's open. Could he get to the outside? He's got a 1 minute to beat. Oh. Gets help from the other side. It looks like that might be Tremaine Edmonds on the outside there. Okay. Gotta come back to the football. Oh my god, I thought that was a pick right there. Nice job on Turner to work his way back. You don't really see too many rookies in the game that are able to do what he just did. So it is encouraging to see that we have some talent and like depth on this team. I'm going to try and get activated here with Hayden Hurst. He might be open across the right side. He's not. I don't know who this guy is, but he is massive. This dude is humongous. Whoever is 77. This guy he's eating breakfast, lunch, and dinner for breakfast. You know, he's like, he's pushing it. Looks like Eddie Lacy out there. We're going to go ahead and do a nice little play action pass here. Play action really hasn't worked out in our favor thus far. I should be open. Oh my god, get the big man going. Who's number 71 here? Who are these receivers, man? Getting the big man activated down here near the goal line is always kind of a fun thing to see happen. Go ahead and come back with a nice little halfback power here. See if we can get a nice little hole open here on the left side. He's got a lead blocker, and for a guy who has 94 trucking ability, getting pushed back there like that, not necessarily what you like to see. We have a nice little motion coming across here on the left-hand side out of, I think that's OBJ. I think it was, actually. Cutting it back up, and A.J. Dillon marches in for the easy 6 points. So we end up answering right back there with a touchdown of our own after they were only able to get 3 points out of their first possession. I think one of the linemen jumped off sides. I hope it's not a neutral zone infraction. Nice. Love to see that. Trevor Lawrence is all out of sorts. Let's see if we can get Myles Garrett open here on the left-hand side of the field. Do a nice little bull rush. Get off that. You got to shed that block, big guy. Come on. He has been lights out for us. Ed Oliver's injured again, dude. This guy just came back from injury. Like, is it just me, or do some guys get injured a little bit more than what they should? But that guy does not get injured that much in real life. Taking out the legs of the quarterback there is Bryce Callahan on the open field tackle. Love to see that. Oh, he's just got muscle cramps. Am de boo-boo. Come on, get back in there. Go ahead and try and activate Myles Garrett here. I'm loving the fact that we can have a one-on-one bull rush. Get off me. Bang! Myles Garrett gets on the blind side tackle there. Where's Michael Orr at when you need him, man? He goes out there, gets the sack. First of the day for him. Forcing out a 3-and-out for the Baltimore Ravens. We are going to be getting the ball back here with plenty of time to try and score again. It is worth noting that we did receive the kickoff to open up today's game, so we will be kicking off to start the game, to start the second half. So just keep that in mind. We have to go down here, try and control the clock if we can. If we have a quick hitter, then obviously I'm not going to pass it up. But it is worth noting that we can't go ahead and just go balls to the wall here. We have to be a little more cautious of the play clock. Very good catch just before getting out of bounds by Hayden Hurst there. He picks up 7 on the play. Go ahead and running that slant routes again. Maybe I'll eyeball Hayden Hurst here off the right-hand side. He's got quick release. He's open on the flat. He is very open. One guy to beat pretty much, and he ends up getting wrapped up just before getting into the 30-yard line. That's really, really good for us. Go ahead and put Kadarius Toney on a streak. Maybe OBJ can get open on the under route here. OBJ is going to be open, and he is. He ends up falling just around the 15. We are cooking with gas right now. Go ahead and try and get A.J. Dillon some carries now that we are getting closer to the goal line. He falls forward for an additional 3 or 4 yards, giving us plenty to work with here. I think that keeping up this hurry-up offense is going to work out to our advantage. A.J. Dillon fights for another 2 or 3 yards there, and we are sitting pretty here just before the end of this drive. That is just some dog shit right there, man. I've been bitching about this for 2 episodes now. Like, our players keep on getting bumped, and then I'm projecting them to not be... Like, that is just so dog water, man. How does that even happen? The guy gets bumped. I'm predicting Devontae Parker to be wide freaking open right there. He is. He does that stupid thing where he's literally running in place because he's being bumped, and that guy who's bumping him doesn't get a pass interference call because the game doesn't understand what that is. And he actually ends up getting the pick and the 96-yard touchdown return. So, love to see that. So frustrating, man. So frustrating. I mean, the game's been out for like 20 years. How does that still exist? What backlog is that sitting on right now where some developers just like, yeah, we'll get to it in Madden 2050. I'm not really concerned about it. Freaking annoying. Putting immediate pressure here off to the left-hand side. I think we're open. Just couldn't get around the edge there. We actually lose 3 on the play. Conceptually, I think we have to stick in a weak formation here. Try and work the slant routes yet again. I'm going to put OBJ on a streak here. Maybe hit him quick. OBJ looks to be a little open. Put that backside shoulder. Devontae Parker has a secure catch there. And Big Ben is just kind of like picking apart this team right now. Let's go ahead and see if we can get a toss to the left and see if we can get this guy open here. DJ Dallas has better speed than that. Come on. I'm so sick of this stamina being so dog. Like, dude, come on. These guys are NFL athletes. You know that they're going to be fine. Get 2 feet in there. OBJ gets 2 in right before going out of bounds. Big Ben sitting at just over 150 yards here with 4:10 left in the first half here. Go ahead and try and get Devontae Parker open here. Timing route. Let's see if he times it. Oh my God. I think I threw that maybe 2 yards too early because if he's able to break off of that one defender and time it perfectly, I mean, that's a cakewalk right there. We're sitting right around the 20, maybe 15-yard line. Nice little screen set up here to the right-hand side. This guy is going to have room to run. Nice little juke move. And that's an amazing open field tackle there by 27. All right, so let's come back with a little bit of a timing route here to Hayden Hurst. And if he's not open, I think we check off to Kadarius Toney here off on the left-hand side. Okay, so get open. I was looking at Hayden Hurst. I did not like what I saw, so I chose to quickly check out of that read and go down to Kadarius Toney, who I could see was breaking towards the middle of the field. I wish I could put him on a corner route. You know what I mean? Like, I wish I could put Kadarius Toney on a corner. Maybe I'll put him on an out. Maybe that makes more sense. Yeah, I'll put him on an out. Read this initially. He's not open. B's open right in the middle of the field. That's Devontae Parker securing the catch there. We're just trying to control the play clock. We're not trying to do any big hitter type plays here. Kadarius Toney, this might be his play. That guy is kind of shading towards that area. And I'm just going to end up fumbling it again with Big Ben, who just ate popcorn before the game today. Forcing out a 3rd down here. We need to figure out how to try and... Okay, that is really freaking annoying. Get some play action going here. Check out of this. This is what our checkout is. Oh, man. This is gonna... I mean... I don't know. I do not like this. Secure the catch. Oh my God. The fact that we have a guy that big on the field is kind of alarming. No chance am I punting or am I kicking the field goal here. You know me, I go for it all the time. Check out of this. Put OBJ on a fade here. Let's see if he can come down with the football. Live or die by the fade. Oh! Bro, come on. Let's be realistic for a second, okay? Seriously, let's be realistic right now. Kadarius Toney catches that ball 10 out of 10 times. The ball hit him in the hands. I know that, receivers have to be cautious of the hospital pass across the middle, but that was just something different. He catches that football. There is no ifs, ands, or buts around it. Like, he is a freaking monster. Forcing down here to the 2-minute warning now. We end up getting bit by our own type of aggression here, and we're currently sitting in a 3-point deficit. They do have the football to receive the second half, so I'm sure that they're in no hurry to march down the field. Whatever happens, happens, and that is a screen to the right-hand side. Is that Kyle Juszczyk? Gotta be. Number 44, fullback. Yeah, looks like it's the juice. We're doing a nice little blitz here. See if we can get Ndamukong Suh activated up here in the middle. He's not. It looks like it might be another screen. Oh, come on. Bryce Callahan was breaking on that route so quickly. Oh, my God. Switching to a cover 6 here. They're kind of marching right now, and I don't like that. I don't necessarily want to stop the clock, though. I love seeing that out of our guy. Let them burn all their timeouts if they want to. Otherwise, like, I'm totally fine with giving up just a field goal. That is not going to amount to much in the end game. Like, that would still mean that they'd have to stop us. Oh my God, Justin Simmons coming across the safety position there. Apologies, I just bumped my mic. But Justin Simmons popping across the field there, almost reading that play perfectly and coming up with a pick. We got Akeem Hicks off to the left-hand side here, or right-hand side, actually. And it's another screen pass. I think that they're going to give it to him on the first down progression. It's 4th and 1. Let's see what happens. And they're in punting formation here. Let's go ahead and call a timeout. I was just kind of seeing what they were going to do, because if they're going to go for it, I was not going to call timeout. But we get 7 seconds back here. I think that this gives us one play call, and I think you know what play call that is going to be. It has yet to work out for us so far today. That football is going to go out of bounds here at the 8-yard line, forcing it to zeros on the clock. And that is going to do it for the first half of play here. We don't even end up getting our play off here. So we're going to go ahead and try and kick this into the back of the end zone here. See if we can get something going. We've always been a second half team all season long, so this is not unfamiliar territory for us by any means. But this Baltimore Ravens team is coming out and ready to play. Jamal Agnew on a 27-yard return right there. He was really talented. It sucked to see he got hurt this past season, but he was electric on the Jaguars. Like, he could be. Nice little sack there by Myles Garrett, second of the day. He has just been bull rushing that left tackle all day long. You know, that guy is just like, Trevor Lawrence is going to get back in the huddle there and be like, dude, come on, man. Like, you got to help me out here. Will Max got a deep fade route over, oh, shit. Free play. It's going to end up being second, and I want to say 13. Is it just a 5-yard penalty? Yeah, it's just a 5-yard penalty. But Ndamukong Suh, you know, like the guy who's been in the league forever, he jumped off sides, so that's fun. Let's go ahead and see if we can get Myles Garrett pushing on another bull rush. It looks like he does. He's reading it, and the ball is on the ground. Get up! How do we not come up with that football right there? It's forcing a 3rd and 26 here. Myles Garrett read the screen to the left immediately. I've been just hammering this left tackle all game long, and then it continues. Trying to push the block back here. Can he get a safety? He's just asking to be sacked right there, and we force him down at the 3-yard line. That is a very, very generous spot on the play, and they are punting out of their own end zone. Love to see them get backed up here. So the defense is definitely coming alive here. Love to see our 99 overall on our edge rusher come to life. I think that is going to be pivotal into whether or not that we can come back in this game. I am not a fortune teller, but I do see a 14-10 type play call, or score line, after Baltimore gets the ball back here. Go ahead and see if we can run a nice little counter. And A.J. Dillon has just not been able to get north. He is just constantly getting, like, tapped on, and he has no ability to. And Big Ben's down again, man. Oh. It's like hard to watch. You know, he is. Let's just say this. I'm really excited to get someone else in at the quarterback position. Highlighting earlier in the video when we were looking at Keon Godfrey. That is 100% why. Let's see if we can get OBJ open here. It's a timing route. Big Ben just overthrows him. So that has been today in a nutshell. What type of a field goal are we looking at here? It's a 63-yard field goal. You think he's got the leg? It's an 8 mile an hour into the wind. I mean, we got to go for it, right? About as good as it gets. 8 mile an hour into the wind. Does it have the leg? It does not, and it goes back into the end zone there. It was worth a shot. I mean, he kicked a 66-yard field goal this season, so come on now. Give me a chance. Myles Garrett's got his X-Factor ability popped. Go ahead and try and get some pressure, and he does. Trevor Lawrence gets popped at the very end of that play. I know you weren't able to see it. Whenever I see number 6 on the Baltimore Ravens, I think of Queen, their linebacker right now. I think he was a rookie last season. The dude played lights out. Very, very good. Got a nice little block off to the side there. And Myles Garrett is just shedding blocks. He is doing all the right things that we need from him right now. I think that this could be a screen to the right. So we need to be very cautious here. Another nice little 3 and out. Let's see if they bring out the field goal unit or if they're going to try and pin us down on our own half. They're actually going to say, we'll call your bluff. Let's see what we got here. I was going to try and do something kind of cheeky, and it pays off for him right there. They're able to move forward there. Is that Kerryon Johnson? It looks like it might be Kerryon Johnson, which would not be a huge shock to me. I mean, the guy's very talented, but I don't think that he played much this season or at all. God damn. Ronald Jones is just running straight up the gut. And, man, this game is really starting to slip away from us. We have 3 minutes left on the play clock here in the third quarter before this game gets into the fourth quarter. I think we have to be very, very cautious about how we approach this. It is a... Get a nice little user hit stick there from Justin Simmons on Kyle Juszczyk, the Harvard alum. For those that don't know, that Kyle Juszczyk actually did go to Harvard. He was a very, very good player there, and now he's a very good player on the... I think he's on the San Francisco 49ers. Is that right? Or am I just making shit up at this point? Could be making stuff up, but I believe he plays for the San Francisco 49ers. Trying to shed this block, and I can't pop him. How is that not a fumble? I don't know. I user hit stick ripped him, and he just got up and shook it off. Deontay Hightower and Shaq Thompson are one with one another right now. They were in sync right there. Kind of remarkable. Get the open field tackle. Really, really nice hit delivered there by Shaq Thompson on Kyle Juszczyk for the second straight time in this series. So we're going to force them into a field goal formation here. See if we can get Wayne or actually James Bradbury off on the side here. Time this perfectly. Can't. 83 ended up getting us right there. And we are down by 6. Okay, so we have 34 seconds left in the third quarter here, and we are down by 6 points so far. We are in unfamiliar territory for sure. Kadarius Toney is pushing his way out to around the 26, so we should be sitting pretty right here. I'm going to go ahead and try and go into our play action pass type situation here and see if we have what it takes. They have a single high safety. That is a very, very good sign, but that could just mean that they're putting a lot of pressure on us under the gun. And OBJ is wide open. Does he have a step, though? That's the question. Oh, he ends up breaking free. And this is how we get back in the game right here. This is why the rivalry is so good between Cleveland and Baltimore. This in-division is just going to get stronger and stronger, especially with like Deshaun Watson now being in Cleveland in reality. Like, that's going to be really, really fun to watch a Deshaun Watson, Lamar Jackson twice a year. I'm really looking forward to that matchup. Ali Marpet, is actually retired now. I think he retired this past offseason, which has been an insane offseason. He's only, I think, like six or 7 years in the NFL, and he's already retiring. I think he's out of Michigan, if I'm not mistaken. He was a very, very good, I think he's a guard or a tackle. I know he's an offensive lineman. I'm just going to shut up while I'm ahead here. But we're going to try and get Myles Garrett activated over here on the left side of the field. They do have Zach Martin as a star-type highlighted player there. At the right guard, for those of you that don't know, number 70 there for the Baltimore Ravens is Zach Martin. He is mostly known with the Dallas Cowboys. And I believe he's a 99 overall. If I'm not mistaken, he's like a 99 or 96. Something like that. He's very high rated. And I got to watch that screen over there to the right. And down goes Trevor Lawrence on a Khalil sack attack right there. Let's go, baby. Khalil Mack getting his first sack on today. And he has his X-Factor ability popped over there on the right side. I'm going to try and go ahead and get Myles Garrett's X-Factor ability popped and see if we can do something special here. Myles Garrett coming up. I had to pull up because that was for sure going to be a roughing the passer there. And we're forcing a 4th and 12. Almost certainly they're going to bring out their punting unit. And we're going to get the ball back here with just under 7 minutes left to play in the 4th quarter with a 1-point lead. We are really, really liking our chances here of coming out victorious here in a very, very strong divisional game against the Baltimore Ravens. 25's leg did not look too good right there. I don't know if you guys caught that. That was a little scary. But we're going to go ahead and run some traps. Again, if we don't end up getting a ton of yards, not the end of the world. I do trust Justin Tucker's ability to, get accurate kicks with some distance there. I think it was more so just we were trying to kick from 63 yards into the wind. That's really hard for like anyone to do. But it's okay. We're gonna check out of this. I wasn't sure if we got the first down there, so we're just gonna continue checking the ball down here, trying to get some open field. And AJ Dillon again, no explosivity, so he's not able to get very far. But he does end up getting 9 on the play, setting up a nice little first down run here. Easy peasy. Let's go ahead and get into the 25-yard line, setting up a nice little screen action. Not a screen. What am I talking about? Slants action here. And then let's go ahead and put Devontae Parker on a streak on the outside here. And let's just watch that safety. That safety's kind of creeping. Oh my God, dude. That was very, very close to being a pick right there. There was a lot of hands on that ball. Let's go ahead and run to the right here on a nice little power. Okay, DJ Dallas is really small. He's very Raheem Mostert-esque in that sense. And so it is a nice little change of pace coming out of the big back of AJ Dillon to a smaller type back of DJ Dallas. It'll be interesting to see the future of DJ Dallas in Seattle, by the way. I don't even know if he's still on the team at this point. Because Rashad Penny had himself a end of the season. That dude played lights out for his team. Oh, I'm making some pretty risky decisions here where we should just be running the football and then settling for a field goal if we have to, making it in a touchdown game at that point. But let's make it a little interesting. The divisional game, I don't want to have any gimmies here. And Marvin Jones Jr. is down. He doesn't play a ton for us. I think that he could be playing a little bit more, but he's just, he's not our 1, he's not our 2, and he's not our 3. That's just the facts of it. To me right now, I don't see Marvin Jones Jr. being one of those separation type guys. So he's gonna just ride the bench. Going into a coaching suggestion here, it wants us to go for it on 4th and 2. You're out of your goddamn mind. I am going to kick this field goal 10 out of 10 times. I do not care. We are going to be forcing this into a touchdown type of a game now. A field goal does nothing for them, and I really, really trust our defense. So we're jumping out to a 4-point lead right now. Justin Tucker is about to kick this back to Ohio, and we are going to be sitting pretty just before... Okay, actually kicks it into a playable type position, but Jamal Agnew smartly decides to kneel the ball in the end zone, forcing a nice little touchback there. And Khalil Mack's user is still popped, or not user, but Super X Factor is still popped. So love to see that actually. And I'm going to go ahead and play a little bit more cautious. Watch the flat route there. He ends up getting... Oh man, is this a holding? Got to be a holding, right? Yeah. They go, baby. All right, so we're going to go ahead and accept that penalty, obviously, and we're going to bring some thunder down under. You know what I'm saying? All right, Khalil Mack's got the ability popped on the left. I think it's time to get Myles Garrett going on the right. And, God damn it. Oh, shit. Bryce Callahan's got to... Oh, no! My God! Alright, this turned into a bit of an interesting game, huh? One missed tackle, and there he goes. That stings. So, it is now a 3-point game here with 4 minutes left on the play clock. That is tough. That is a hard pill to swallow right now, especially when I just ate my own words. You know, I had a decision there, and if we end up losing, we know where we lost it. It was on the decision to go ahead and kick the field goal instead of go for the touchdown. Yeah, this is tough. It is worth noting that I was making a joke out of the fact that it was Justin Tucker's revenge game, and then he misses a 63-yard field goal that would have blown this game wide open, in my personal opinion. A.J. Dillon marching forward. Gonna go ahead and continue having him try and get downfield. He's just so freaking strong and big. You know, for a guy who started out the game, I think it was like 8 for 4 yards. He's now up over 80 yards on the day. He's continuing to run the football right down the throat. And I think I'm going to continue doing that up until here on the 2-minute warning. This makes a lot of sense to continue riding the horse while we can. And then going ahead and checking out. That at least will ensure that we're bleeding enough time off the clock. And as I say that, I set up our old reliable slant plays. Try and get open. Oh, man, I had a guy and I didn't at the same time. Big Ben fumbles the football again. Is this guy's fumbling like a 99 overall? Yeah, Big Ben is... He's not doing too well right now. Setting up a nice little trap here. Not probably the best decision. It's going to force a pretty... He ends up getting tripped up by his own lineman there. It is now a 4th and 8. Now wants me to try for the 62-yard field goal. Let's see. That is like right on the line. Got 8-mile-an-hour wind. Fuck it. Does he have the leg? It's close. And he missed. Oh no. Oh my god, he was so close to hitting that. Okay, good news is we have all of our timeouts and it's before the 2-minute warning. Justin Tucker has really screwed us here. Go ahead and try and get that stop. 2-minute warning pops here, and we are able to retain all of our timeouts. It is worth noting that if they get a first down, it's not the end of the world here. We do actually have all of our timeouts to stop the play clock. But yeah, we're not looking too hot right now. Very risky decision making on my part has led to not the best situations. So they end up picking up the first down on a Trevor Lawrence keeper right there. I'm getting a little frustrated right now. So Nickerson is in the backfield. I was holding down arrow that whole time, and he just went and stood like an idiot. Man, that really stings, man. I'm going to be thinking about that for a while, that Justin Tucker miss. Two of them in the same game against his former team, no less. And that's the game. That's been the game for us right there. Missing all of these open field tackles. This just feels like one of those games that Madden had it out for us. I don't know. We're going to have to score quickly here and then try for an onside, because otherwise it's curtains. Yeah, this is tough. I knew that they were going to be a tough team, but I didn't know that they were going to be this tough. They kick off here. Kadarius Toney has already returned 2 special team touchdowns on the year. Let's go ahead and see if he can set us up in nice field position there. Gets it out almost to the 30-yard line, and we are down by 10. So it is going to be a very, very uphill battle for us to try and get back in this one. Go ahead and see if we can get OBJ open behind enemy lines. OBJ's open, but if I had to guess, we're going to get a holding penalty, so maybe it's a good thing that he didn't catch it and actually hurt my feelings. So that's going to back us up another 10 yards there on Marcus Cannon. Hate to see it, but I'm going to run the exact same play and then just close my eyes and pray for the best, you know? That's what I do best. And hold on. OBJ looks like he is open. See if he can get to the outside. He does. We have to call that timeout now. There is no waiting right now. Going back to that old reliable play call yet again, I think is a very good idea. Maybe targeting Hayden Hurst here on this one. The important thing is we cannot get tackled in bounds. OBJ is over the top, and he gets tackled in bounds. Like, I'm not kidding. This stuff is unreal. You can't make this up. OBJ could be open. He is open, falling into the end zone for a nice little touchdown there. That was fast. Okay, this game's not over yet. It's not over till it's over. But it's looking pretty grim right now. We have to get an onside kick successfully. This is tough. This is not shaping out to be very favorable. Go ahead and line up for an onside kick here. Where do we kick this ball? Got a ton of guys open there on the left-hand side. Oh, God. This does not feel... Give me a chance. Just give me a freaking chance right there, man. How does that guy just, like, immediately... It's Marquez Valdez-Scantling. So, they're just going to be in victory formation here. We're going to end up getting our first loss of the season. I don't even know what just happened right there. We just got flipped. Yeah, this is not looking good. I think that we're actually going to end up losing our first game of the season on the right foot of Justin Tucker. So a guy that we drafted to make field goals in tight situations ends up shooting us in the foot, quite literally. And that is going to be it for this game. Cleveland will not be having an undefeated season, and we are getting our first loss heading into the bye. Taking a look here at our endgame breakdown, I have no idea how the Baltimore Ravens were able to escape victorious in this one. Trevor Lawrence had 143 yards passing on a 78.5% completion percentage with 1 touchdown. Big Ben on the other side of the football, passing for just shy of 68 completion percentage, 339 yards, 2 TDs, did have a crucial fumble that led to 3 points. And now that I'm looking at the scoreboard, that's another place where we could have ended the game. OBJ with his second game in a row of over 200 yards receiving. A.J. Dillon getting just shy of 100 yards on the ground. Devontae Parker being a nice little spot filler. And yeah, so looking here at the end of the game, we have some player upgrades. Myles Garrett is doing exceptionally well. I mean, he's a 99 overall. I'm not really sure what else we can do to help him out. That first... God, man, that really sucks. That's our first loss of the season. And it's tough to like let that just go unnoticed, you know. We just lost our first game of the entire series, of the first season anyways. It kind of seemed like the Baltimore Ravens had our number that entire time, so I'm not like overly concerned about the fact that we lost to them. They are a good team. They're 7-4 now. They are second in the division, so we actually are heading into next week with the bye. And then the week after that, we have the Baltimore Ravens again. So we know our opponent. We're coming back to First Energy. Everything is lining up right now to be in a favorable position. So next week, in our next episode, we'll cover the bye week. And I'm going to go ahead and skip over the fact of looking at the players for the preview of next week, since we just played the team. But as always, if you like today's content, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Helps out me a ton. See you.